The world is facing unprecedented climate emergency. Floods. You look at any kind of problem. Extreme climates, extreme floods, extreme weather conditions, summers, to the intensity of storms, typhoons, and nothing is natural in this. It is man-made disaster. We should start calling them for what they are. We have not been able to control the human population, the pressure on the resources. There is a reason that places have not been inhabited for centuries. That's the upper part of Europe, because they were covered with snow. Human development or science was supposed to make lives better and not become a resource guzzler of earth, which we are. And it is largely for things that can be avoided. Too much of food being wasted, too much of consumerism, excessive clothing, fashion is one of the biggest polluters, we call it. Chemicals, flights, the world is traveling like mad. So, and we all know that flights cause more damage to ozone layer than any other form of transport, and that's growing. So, slow down or degrowth, though not a very popular term with economists and developers and growth-oriented people, is something that the world needs to get used to, adopt and adapt to. Because perpetual growth in jobs, perpetual growth in economy, GDP, share value, wealth, as we know it, it's not possible. And especially for 8 billion of us, soon to be 10 billion, absolutely not possible. The only way humans will survive is if they develop balance with nature. Else we'll be the fastest species to arrive on earth and go extinct. And that all that will happen in less than 200 years, if this is the pace that we continue with. Because without water, without clean air, without connect with the nature, you can't create artificial things for 8 billion people. Forget 8 billion, you can't even do that for 1 billion or 10 million. So if you want the world to be of an elitist entity, there only 10 million people will have access to good life and another 8-9 billion will suffer to death, then that's a different outlook of the world that you have. But if you want to live with the mantra of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future, then it has to be in balance. It has to be minimalistic. It has to be less resource intensive. Refuse what you cannot reuse. Recycle, reuse, all these are mantras that need to be developed and implemented by companies. Packaging waste has to be minimalistic. Food localization, which in India we call it vocal for local. So local commutes, local food, local productions. The world doesn't need everything that world wants. Time to rethink our way of life if we do not want it to be the end of life. Thank you.